Is this thing on?
Yes, that's on. Yeah, totally. So
cool.
over to you, Troy.
Where do you want me to stand, John?
Anywhere you...
Off to the side? Oh, how about I go over here? So, is that cool? Cool. Otherwise, there's people that side, but there's no on this side.
Yes.
We're cool?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, let's go. Where do I need to point there to move this?
No, just there, this one.
All right, cool. So, yeah, Troy from Maximise Profits for people in the room that I haven't met before. There's a few of you. So what I do is support open-minded business owners to grow their business profitably. That's why we exist. Just a quick rundown, some recycled photos. For the new people won't know this. Wife, school teacher at Marymount Primary School, teaches Year 6. Daughter, law student, second year of law school out of Griffith Uni, and my son Gus is year 11 at Marymount, making his way through school. Prior to starting this business a few years ago, my background, commercial accounting, working for corporate businesses, doing business planning, forecasting, helping larger businesses to grow their businesses profitably. Now basically do the same thing, but in the small business world. Industries that I've worked in my business coaching range from business services, education and training businesses, health services, manufacturing, construction, hospitality. So a broad spectrum of businesses, with the main challenge is that they want to get more out of their business. All right, so what's currently on the minds of business owners? So there's a whole heap of people that do surveys. The US Bank survey, so 82% of the businesses that they surveyed failed because of poor cash flow. NAB do a survey, Xero we'll get to in a sec. Cash flow is top of mind of small business owners around Australia at the moment. The landscape is small businesses in Australia employ about 5 million people, a couple of 100,000 of them. 80% are in the cash flow fighting crisis. Xero do their survey, so they're the main software provider for small businesses across Australia and New Zealand. 48% of those, so half of them, half the rooms, concerned about their financial future. A third of the room are unable to pay themselves out of their day-to-day small business. And another third of them are funding their business out of their personal savings. So their day-to-day small business is not generating enough cash to be able to pay for their ongoing life. And Entrepreneur magazine recently reported that the number one problem affecting business growth, funnily enough, not tracking the correct data, being their financial data, not having an idea of what their profit margins are, and not having performance indicators built into their business to find out whether they're going in the right direction. So what do they want? What do business owners want? Oops, sorry, stepping off cue. Whole range of things. This comes from a guy that's been running a consultancy across the US for about 25 years. It's the main thing. What do they want? People want more sales, yes? Which then gives them more cash. They want to upgrade their equipment. They want nicer premises. They want to be able to pay for better staff. They want to pay themselves more. There's a whole laundry list. And they want to be able to go on a long overdue holiday. And the solution to all that is for their business to generate money. Money pretty much, we can go back today, Campbell. Wow. All right. We are driving. There's not a item on that list that money can't solve. Yep. Happy days. So, increase profits. All right, so how do we do that? So this is the formula to implement into your small business that'll drive profit into your business. So we have leads coming in the top. We have a conversion rate, so you can jot these numbers down. Leads to a conversion rate gives you a number of customers. The number of transactions that you do on an annual basis then gives you a number. Your average or your median transaction price gives you a sales volume, and then your margins give you what's left over at the end. So you can jot those 5 little numbers down. That's like your Google map for your business. That's where you are right now. Yeah. So to move you from where you are now to where you want your business to be, is we go to the spinny wheel and we choose a strategy that's in alignment with what your current constraint is. And we'll get to how you find your constraint in a minute. And there's, in each particular area, that's just a sample of the different strategies that we pick from when we spin the wheel. All right, so the model of the model of what I do with a business owner is exactly that. We assess their business, we grab their business model, go through what their business model is, pull the data out of their business and model out financially where they are now to where they want to be. We then find those constraints, choose from this. This is so good that we can go backwards, Campbell. Choose from our laundry list of constraint busters, and then we get them heading in the right direction. Yep, we have a profit priorities plan that we step them through, and then we help implement that so that we can grow their business profitably and quickly. Cash flow is also there. This is going to take less than 17 minutes. A couple of examples of some people, some different businesses that we've worked with, and this is, we did that exercise a couple of weeks ago where you guys were asked to quickly give examples of stuff. This is using the situation, action, results concept. So the situation is a health service provider renting a space, had surplus space, wanted to put more of his practitioners in there as opposed to subletting. So what we did, we identified his constraints, which is that he was trying to sell to everyone. We narrowed it down to a target market that fit in, that could come in when his business was operating, that would refer, that had problems that needed repeated assistance. We staged out his growth, brought in 2 practitioners, filled his room, his results, increased the capacity, had a waiting list, he outgrew his rented location, bought a commercial premises, and he's about to do the same thing again. Wash, rinse and repeat. We had a landscaper. Landscaper's goal, he wanted to create 4 teams in the city that he was working in. So he told me what he wanted to do. We built out his financial model. He fainted because he didn't realise how much capital that was going to involve to build his business. So what we did is we did a Pareto analysis of his customer base. We identified customers that were giving him the most money for the least amount of effort. We changed his business model. Fortunately, he was a bit reluctant to do that, but a back injury assisted me in moving him towards a model that was low touch and high margin. He was able to cull his client base by 65%, send them off to someone else to do the high grunt work. He grew out a specialised client base with a referral network, increased his net profit by about 15%, and now he holds a really fat net profit margin. Updated all his equipment and took a 3-month holiday around Europe with his missus. Hospitality venue, they were in operation for about 3 years, struggling to become profitable and were considering whether they shut the doors and just go and do something else. Again, we do an analysis of their business model. Who are their customers? How visible are they? What are they doing? We do a Pareto analysis of their data inside their point of sale system. It identified that they had a mispriced model. It also identified that their staffing wasn't in alignment when their customers were there. We tweaked those couple of things. Voila, they're trading profitably. They're now increasing their revenue and their staff numbers, and they give back to the community that supports them. There we go. Well done. Questions? Jason.
What size businesses do you work with? Like, do you have, for example, things that you can offer for small businesses and then larger businesses?
Yeah, look, like I've got guys that are in the, let's call it like a $350,000 turnover, up to guys that are in $5 million in turnover. Yeah. Above that, it's different type of stuff. So above that sort of turnover, they generally have staff in there that do specific roles. So I might just do CFO fractional work for those guys. Yeah.
How long do you typically work with them?
Depends how long a piece of string is. So that health service guy, we did that model for him. He went away, wash, rinse and repeat. Now he's bought his premise. We're going back to do the same model again. So he went away for about a year or so, just kept doing the same stuff. Yeah, and now we're going back. He's bought his premise. I want to do the same thing again. Let's find out what the model is. And he wants to do some other stuff as well. He recognises in his particular field that after he educates, trains and gives experience to his practitioners, they wander across the road and set up a practice for himself. So he wants to prevent that happening by partnering with their practice. So he's got a little bit of a shareholding sort of model that he wants to start to develop. Yeah. So again, different models. Yeah. All good?
Any other questions?
No, no, no.
Because as a business acumen, this guy, knowledge thereof can help anybody. It wouldn't matter what the business was whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just the same challenge. Same challenge. They want to grow profitably. Let's find out how to remove constraints and do it. Yeah.
And obviously a good listener, which helps any business in regard to understanding problems from the first place.